afternoon. Well, it actually is afternoon. Guess this will be playing on the 22nd of July. I better call. Anyway, doing your tests. Especially if you're a brittle diabetic, you want to make sure all your tests are pretty well done. And I'm not talking necessarily like the hemoglobin A1C that your doctor may want from time to time, but I'm talking the everyday tests. And that would be your glucometer readings, your urine test if need be. But you should be doing these. Sorry, got that out of the way. Done on a regular basis. And why should these be done on a regular basis? Well, especially if you're out and about, and you show a high blood sugar, well, you should do a ketone test. And the ketone test, if you're starting to show high, it's telling that for whatever reason, your body needs more insulin. And if you ignore that, what's going to happen? Well, you're going to end up being in ketoacidosis, or what they call DKA. And if you're in DKA, that is an emergency. And it gets more severe if you start throwing up, because if you start throwing up, you need to get to the hospital pretty damn quick. So, doing these tests as your doctor prescribed will alert people or alert you when you need to take action. Now, if you're someone who's independent like me, I really like to take action on my own diabetes. For example, last night, I slept pretty quiet. My alarms didn't go off, and I woke up with 7.3. So, but there's been days I wake up and that thing is alarming, left, right, and center. Right now, we have it set for if I'm going high, it should take some insulin, but it's also when I'm going low. And of course, by now, if you've been watching the blogs, you know that low is the real big emergency. High blood sugar, it isn't such the big deal. Well, it's a big deal if it's constant. If you get a high blood sugar, make the correction. Your doctor should be giving you ways of correction. If you don't have a correction, then you should maybe call your doctor. Low blood sugar, if you have a low blood sugar and you're without your glucometer, or somebody comes along and sees you lying there, if they find you just lying there, it could be that you need sugar, and gives them sugar. Doesn't matter if it's the other way, because giving sugar right away isn't going to cause a problem. High blood sugar is a problem when you have it and you don't correct it in time. People say, oh, well, yeah, I'll take a whole bunch of blood sugar. I've heard stories of diabetics correcting with like 100 units of insulin. Oh, well, then I could go out and eat whatever I want. But, that's hard on your body. Your body's not programmed to take large quantities of food all the time. Now, I know many of you think that in my state, I'm eating all the time. I'm not. I eat 6 very small meals a day. As long as they have protein. And, I don't go out and I don't eat, McDonald's hamburgers all day. I have a very sensible diet. For example, today I went out and I had, lunch out, so I had a dessert. But, that's not every single day. I work on trying to get my weight down. I'm not so punchy in the face anymore. I'm done, and then that's pretty much it. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then it's starting to rain. We move on with our day. But I don't sit there, and if I have a high blood sugar because I miscalculated on carbs, it's not what people think half the time. If you have a high blood sugar, you need to see how high it is by doing a blood test. Type 1 diabetics could be doing it up to 8 times a day. And it's, people say, well, I don't like to do it because, my fingers get sore. Well, you should ask your diabetic teachers how to do it. Because I've been doing it, and my tests, and I haven't had a real problem with it. So take your time and make sure you do it right. Now, first thing, the biggest mistake people make when they're doing their blood tests is they don't wash the site, whether it be with alcohol or if you wash it with soap. Now, people, when they start bringing this rule or way of doing it out, people just thought it was to sterilize and, I've never had a problem, so they move on. Well, it's not really just for sterilization. They ask you to wash your hands because it removes any sugar on your hands. So, anything you touched, fruit, or if you had an orange beforehand, the residue sticks on your hands, will mix with the blood, and give you an inconsistent result. I usually like to wash more than using alcohol because for me, the alcohol seems to dry out my hand. And when you're like me and you do tests up to 8 times a day, so being a brittle diabetic, I have a correction in my pump, and I will take it if it needs to. But I also wait. I don't go and do it right away. But all these corrections and everything, your doctor will set out for you. And if you have a pump, it's nice and easy, and you can program it in there, and you can just move on. But if it isn't in your pump, then you may have to do some figuring. Now there is, I think it's called Lifestyle or Freedom Monitor, where you can program this right into your glucometer, and it'll tell you how much correction you need. But don't, do it under the advice of your doctor. Don't just try, oh, my blood sugar's high, I'll give 3,000 units and think, oh, well, my blood sugar will come down. Doesn't work that way. And, with myself, my body going up and down all the time is not great on my body. So I tried to do a test, do a couple of tests, and if I'm still high, then I will correct. But, the whole thing is you need to see if you're getting a rhythm. If you're getting a rhythm, it's going to be easier to solve your brittleness. But the only way they're going to know this is by doing a test. And, when I was diagnosed and for years in the hospital, back then it was urine tests and we had to do a double void. And that was done 4 times a day. But that was a hell of a lot of peeing. Now, we do it only when I have a high blood sugar. Now it's just a finger poke, a quick finger poke. Tells me where my blood sugar is, and if it's been 2 times, I'll take action. Don't let things get away from you. Do your tests. Come up with the answer. Because if you don't, you're going to have problems. Anyway, we're going to head home. It's starting to rain out here. Have a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.